Happy Monday once again, everyone. Bryan Devore, Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties. Time for another Monday market moment, the last Monday of July. Today, we will try to answer the question, what is market time telling us about the market? We'll get to that in just a moment. Let's first take a look at the latest stats and see what that means for the market. Right now, we have 4,766 homes for sale throughout San Diego County. It's an increase of 22 from last week, with no change in the median list price, $999, just under $1 million. Average days on market is 44, one more day than last week. Pending sales, 2380, down just 5 from last week. No change in the median list price of 875. Average days on market, 27, one more day than last week. Months of inventory continues to increase. We are at 2.46. We were at 2.44 last week. Not a huge jump, but an increase nonetheless. Here's a chart showing total actives and total pendings. Not huge fluctuations from last week. And then, speaking of last week, we saw 805 homes come on the market. It's a decrease of 74 versus last week. Fewer homes came on the market last week than the week prior. No change in the median list price of those homes that came on the market, $949. 402 homes went pending last week, down 30 from last week. So a bigger drop in the number of actives that came on versus the number of pendings, homes that went into escrow. Median list price, $885, down from last week. No change in the average days on market, 23. New pendings listed within the last week, 19. New pendings listed within the last 2 weeks, 158. So 5% of homes are selling in a week or less on the market. 39% of homes are selling in 2 weeks or less, and that was above 40% last week. How many homes closed escrow last week? 410. It's an increase of 53 versus last week. Median list price, $899, lower than the week before. Median sales price, $900, also lower than the week before. Average days on market, 21. The least expensive sale was in Warner Springs, $115,000. Most expensive sale was in Del Mar, $5,679,000. Here's a chart showing new actives, new pendings, and new closed sales. Last 3 weeks, we've seen a steady decline in the number of homes coming on the market. Interesting. Inventory is staying about the same, but fewer homes are coming on the market. But pendings went down a little bit. Hence, homes staying on the market a little bit longer. Big jump in the number of closed sales, which is encouraging to see. Pricing was lower, and it's lower than it's been in a few weeks, but that number tends to jump around quite a bit. Just depends on the mix of homes that sold. Here is the Stephen Thomas reports on housing, just came out this past week. Here are the active listings year over year. You have the 3-year average prior to COVID, and then the last few years as well. And you can see the dip that we had in June-ish, June to July, in the number of homes that were on the market, but then you see the increase right now. So this is telling us actually more homes are on the market because more homes are staying on the market longer. We still have fewer homes on the market than we did 2 years ago, but much more inventory than we had in 2021, and much more inventory than we had last year as well. Looking at the demand over the last few years, and you can see we're right about where we were last year. So let me just take a quick look back here. Again, active listings, a lot more than last year, but demand about the same as last year. And again, lower than it's been in the last few years before that. So here's a breakdown of the different price categories, market time, percentage of current inventory, and demand. We've seen this chart before, and you can see there is more demand than supply for homes basically up to $1.25 million. And then it switches where above $1.25 million, you have more supply than demand. Look at the market time. 59 days on the market for that lower price category versus last year was 29 days. Almost twice as long it's taking homes to sell in that price category. It's taking over 1 month longer for the 750 to $1 million, and about a month longer than last year for the 1 million to 1.25 million. He gave us another chart as well, which I thought was interesting, further breaking down those price categories, year over year inventory change and the percentage of that, year-over-year demand change and that percentage, and the expected market time and the year-over-year change. And you can see across the board, the percentage increase in inventory for every price category is higher. In some cases, much higher, almost twice as many homes in the lowest price category. In the 1 million to 1.5 million, it is just under twice as many homes for sale. But look at the demand. It is higher in the 750 to a million category, and a little bit higher in the 1.5 to 2 million, but lower in the others. When you average it all out, we have 71% more inventory now than we did a year ago, and almost exactly the same demand as we had a year ago. Therefore, the market time, year-over-year change, is higher across the board. It's expected to take longer to sell a home if there's much more inventory and the same amount of demand. And that's what the market's telling us. It's slowing down a little bit, maybe favoring buyers just a bit more. Still a seller's market, but buyers are being able to take advantage of longer market times. He further breaks down the market time by zip code, or by city rather. Here's just a few I picked out. You can look at current actives versus demand, and therefore the market time. Look at San Marcos. Expected market time is 48 days. 2 weeks ago it was 59 days, but a year ago it was 40 days. So not much more, because San Marcos is a little bit hotter and 113 actives, but 71 demand. It's not exactly 1-to-1, but it's not that big of a discrepancy. But then if you look at some other areas, you can see like Valley Center, 68 actives, only 17 pending. So it's expected 120 days to sell a home. Last year it was 67 days, almost twice as long. So I'm happy to send you this report if you'd like to take a look at your city and see what market time is doing in your neck of the woods, actives, demand, etc. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. Next week, we're going to talk about what interest rates are doing, because they are going down, and how it might affect you if you're looking to buy a home, or if you are looking to sell a home, how it might affect the buyer pool out there for you. It's going to be interesting information. Don't forget to scan the QR code to track your home's value. Send me an email or a text if you want any of those reports that we talked about. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday in the next Monday Market Moment. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching Monday Market Moment with Bryan Devore. To request a transcript of this week's report, send an email to brian@devorerealtygroup.com.